And I'm sorry that I offended so many people, but the fact freaking remains that some of the details surrounding this particular shooting are made.
With the reporting on the shootings in Buffalo and in Texas, we all knew it wouldn't be long before the crisis actor conspiracy theorists showed back up. For context, she's actually talking about Sandy Hook. She's using a modified version of the conspiracy theory that the shooting never happened, that it was all crisis actors. She's stating that the shooting did happen, but the deaths were exaggerated by crisis actors. So let's talk about the origins of that conspiracy theory. The short answer is that conspiracy theory originates in anti-Semitism. But don't worry, I'm going to give you the long answer too. Everyone meet James Tracy. James is a former university professor turned conspiracy theorist. And while he's not the inventor of the crisis actor conspiracy theory, he's the reason it reached the popularity that it has. On October 31st, 2012, a company called VisionBox released an advertisement for what they referenced as crisis actors. This is pretty much one of the first known uses of the word crisis actors. Normally they're just referred to as role players. But VisionBox wanted its advertisement to stand out, so it changed the name. Role players are used by EMTs, police, and even military to simulate a village or a scenario to help with training. An EMT cannot actually practice someone having a heart attack by forcing someone to have a heart attack, so they get a role player to simulate a heart attack and describe their symptoms. This was 2 months before Sandy Hook. After Sandy Hook, on December 20th, James Tracy wrote a blog post talking about the emerging contradictions in the interviews conducted of survivors and their families. He hadn't fully dived into the crisis actor point yet, but he talked about how there was a bunch of contradictions that didn't make sense. On Christmas 2012, someone by the name of Tracy J. Walker wrote this article on a WordPress blog. This article is the first instance of citing VisionBox's crisis actor post and talking about how the families of the Sandy Hook victims seem to be acting. Next, on December 29th, a site labeled Off Planet Radio released their statements on it. During the statement, they talked about how this coincided with the solstice, and referencing other things such as a global cabal committing blood ritual sacrifices, both of which are anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Global cabal blood ritual is a repackaging of the anti-Semitic conspiracy theory blood libel, the conspiracy theory that Jewish people kidnap Christian babies for their blood. Off Planet Radio later released a new posting on December 31st, removing the cabal part and focusing on VisionBox's posting, which was amplified by James Tracy 1 day later on January 1st. And since he was a professor, this caused people like Alex Jones to pick up the conspiracy theory and spread it like wildfire. To this day, none of those claims have been proven. All conspiracy theories are rooted in anti-Semitism.